I'm not going to say that Mitt Romney lost the debate last night, but as I've said in other videos about debates, it's a little silly to talk about winners and losers in debates as though it's some sort of an objective designation, because it's totally a matter of opinion. If you look at what everybody is talking about in the aftermath of the first 2012 presidential debate, how much more animated Romney was, how much more energetic, how he really steered the direction of the debate. He made the debate about him and about his performance. And certainly in that respect, he won handily. But if you talk about win in terms of how many people he persuaded to vote for him who were not going to vote for him before that, I'm a little less convinced. I mean, I know that they're both aiming, both Obama and Romney are both very unambiguously aiming for the undecided voter. The people that have already made up their minds are, like me, we just sort of have to sit patiently and wait for the election to be over, because very little could even hypothetically happen that would change our minds and get us to vote for the other candidate. So it's all about the undecided voters, as it is every time we get to this point in the election season. I mean, it's all about that little sliver of the electorate who will vote, who are going to vote, but who haven't made their minds up quite yet, or have but are willing to be persuaded to the other side. They're not married to a particular candidate at this point. And maybe a few people in that group, maybe a certain percentage of people in that group would be willing after last night's debate to shift over to Romney and say, I'm going to vote for that guy, because superficially his performance was a lot better than President Obama's. And I find, as much as I would like to argue against that, because I am totally an Obama guy, it's hard to, because again, Romney just grabbed that debate last night by the dick and said, no, you're coming with me. And Obama didn't really do anything to stop him. And neither did Jim Lehrer, who I have great respect for, but at the same time feel that it might be time to pull that particular train into the station. Other than Romney's impressively lifelike performance, it was actually kind of a dull debate. I went to the two big fact-checking websites, PolitiFact and factcheck.org, and I looked at the day after, the morning after fact checks of the debates, and even these are kind of dull. You know, PolitiFact is the one that has the truthometer, and if you really are full of shit, they rate you pants on fire. No pants on fire for anybody in the debate last night. The big one, and the one that I noticed right away when I was watching it, that really jumped out at me, that Obama did counter, but not very enthusiastically, was, again, Romney brought up death panels again. He never said death panels. He never used the phrase. But he said that the Affordable Care Act puts in place a board, a government board, an unelected government board that will ultimately be able to tell people what treatments they're going to be able to have. And that is not true. It was rated mostly false. And Obama corrected him and did say that the board you're talking about in the law is specifically prohibited from determining treatments. Do you have a Roy Rogers where you live? I do. Obama tried to correct the record. He tried to set Romney straight some of the times when Romney said things that weren't true or that were misleading or whatever. But the frustrating thing for people like me who are voting for Obama and who really wanted to see Obama come out kicking and punching and just, you know, with a flurry of offense in this first debate, is that it sounds like Obama was just playing defense. When you watch the debate, he's just kind of hanging back, being cool, which he's really good at. That's just his persona, the sort of cool, detached, it's, hey, everything's cool, I got this. That's nice That's his manner. I get it. I appreciate that. But there are times when you just wish he would come out and just flatten the motherfucker. Because I know that Barack Obama is smarter than Mitt Romney. I know that he's smoother than Mitt Romney. I know he's a more skilled politician than Mitt Romney. He's a better speaker than Mitt Romney. He's better able to connect with people, both through a camera to a broad audience and person to person. He's just better at everything, every relevant skill to both being the president and running for president. Barack Obama has it over Mitt Romney. It's not even a race. But he just never, he's content just to trot, you know? He's content just to be like, yeah, don't worry. Slow and steady wins the race. And sometimes, and he's been vindicated in the past. That has worked out for him. So that's, I guess, why he's going for that again. But it's frustrating for me because there are times, like last night, when I just want him to bring the fucking hammer down, you know? And that's my biggest complaint about the debate last night. My biggest complaint about Obama's performance. And if I could say that one thing to the president, it would be next time in debate number 2, bring the fucking hammer down, flatten him, murder him. I mean, murder him. Like pick up your lectern over your head and just throw it at him. I'm not even thinking figuratively. I mean, actually do that shit. Just pick it up and, you know, just crack him in the skull. I'm not saying kill him because he'll probably have his family there. Did you notice at the end of the debate how it's kind of a nice moment. I'm a sucker for things like that where they shook hands and then their wives and their families came up and it was like Michelle Obama and their 2 little girls and then the Romney clan, the whole brood comes up and it's like 4 Obamas and like 7 or 8 Romneys because I guess Michelle and Barack decided not to breed like fucking rabbits. They had their 2 children and they said, you know what, this is enough. This is enough passing on our DNA to another generation. We don't need to fill the gene pool with Obama genes. This is cool right here. The 2 kids is fine. The Romneys, not so much. The Romneys were like, no, more Romneys. The next generation needs more Romneys. And they had enough to fill the fucking stage last night, which, you know, good for you, Mitt and Ann. Good for you. Good for you for passing your blue-blooded, entitled, hapless genes onto another generation of people and another generation after that. It's great. It's perfect. I'm so happy that you were able to do that. So anyway, I'm sure that Romney's family will be there for the next one too. So Obama's not going to want to kill Romney when he picks up the lectern over his head and smashes it on Romney. He's just going to want to fuck him up. So after he fucks him up, but doesn't kill him, they can smooth it over by Obama just offering him his hand and helping him up and then saying, you know what, it's okay. I'll make it up to you. I'll take you out to Roy Rogers. I really like Roy Rogers. It's just a good place. It's a good restaurant. I was going to say something about Dale Evans and how she was kind of a crazy Christian person late in life, but because I used to watch Dale Evans' show on TBN, total dog shit. Just a crazy old lady in front of a camera singing songs. I mean, that's really all it was. But I decided not to say that because I felt it would be disrespectful, and I wanted to end on a positive note.